I mean, there's no, like, there's a waiting period to get a firearm. There's a waiting period for almost anything. Marriage, you go right now, get married, no problem. You just go to Justice of the Peace, pay $40 license fee, and you're married. That's it. Go to Vegas. You can get a guy dressed like Elvis will marry you for $50.
You said there's two main reasons why people get divorced. Infidelity, which we've talked about, and the other one we haven't talked about, which is money. I found this very interesting because I wouldn't imagine that money issues, and it's not the money issues we think about. It's not someone going broke.
Yeah, it's not that.
In your book, you talk about it being transparency.
Yeah. So I mean, money is power, right?
Okay.
Money has a lot to do with power. And I think there's a lot, it's a misattributed to Oscar Wilde, but it's not something he would have said. There's the saying that everything in the world is about sex except sex, which is about power.
Mm.
And I think money is about power. Money is about control. Money is about opportunity, security. It's about a whole bunch of things, but it's not really about money. Like, money is just a currency, right, that we trade in. So I think money has a whole bunch of complicated stuff tied up in it. It's why we can't, in polite conversation, like, talk about, what did you pay for that? How much do you make? It's considered sort of indelicate to do that because we've loaded it up with all kinds of emotional things about worth and relative worth. And so, it's not uncommon that people are dishonest with themselves and with each other about money. It's also not uncommon in a relationship that one of two dynamics emerges. Either one person has a tremendous amount of economic disparity, like leverage, or they have economic power that they can or can't leverage because of marriage. Or both people have somewhat equal bargaining positions, and then something changes. So, like, I see a tremendous number of divorces when husband and wife are both working and husband loses job. Big precipitator for divorce, because men, it sends them spiraling into a depression that they've lost this job, that much of how they define themselves in sort of the traditional masculine gender role is that of a provider and a protector, and now I've failed at that through no fault of my own. They laid off the entire Northeast region. It's not my fault, but I no longer have a job. And then I have to go around and try to find one and redefine myself. And at the same time, my spouse has managed to keep their job. And I've seen a lot of women that when their spouse loses the job and they become the breadwinner, they find that very unappealing. That that a man as the breadwinner was appealing. The man as economic equal is appealing. The man as I have to take care of him financially and provide for him, very uncomfortable. So I see it. When a man loses his job, I would love if they kept statistics on these kinds of things, but I can tell you in my practice, I've seen plenty of women lose their job. It has no impact on the marriage. Men lose their job in a heterosexual male-female marriage. It is disastrous consequences a great deal of the time. And I think that has a lot to do, again, it's not about money. It's about what the money symbolizes. It's about providing. It's about power, control, respect for the ability to go out there and, like, forge something from the world.